Hello my beautiful people, welcome to our channel. My name is Woven if you are new to our channel, and if you're returning, thank you so much. I really appreciate your time and for you returning back to this channel. Now, if you are new to this channel, we talk all things finance, lifestyle, travel, and sometimes tradition. So please get comfortable. If you do enjoy the content, please consider subscribing. If you are returning and you haven't subscribed yet, please consider subscribing. I really want to get to 50,000 subscribers, so you're subscribing, you liking, and you commenting will help me with the YouTube algorithm, and essentially I can grow my channel. So thank you in advance for clicking that button. Now, today's topic is four. We're going to keep it short, we're going to keep it brief. It's 4 financial lessons that I wish I learned when I was younger. You know, I picked them up over the years, but I wish I knew them at 19, at 18, probably if you joined the workforce earlier. But this is not to say that there's a limitation, you know, to say if you're older, you can't learn these financial lessons. One is never too old to learn, so you can apply them at any point in time or in life where you're finding yourself right now. Now, before I get to our 4 lessons, guys, I've said this in my videos before, but I don't think it's coming through properly. Please excuse me, guys. It's so cold. I even have a hot water bottle here. If you see, I have a hot water bottle. But as I was saying, I say this in my videos, but I'm going to disclaim one more time. I'm not going to keep disclaiming every video that I make, right? I am aware, I am cognizant of the fact that there are simply people that cannot make ends meet. Now, these people can be financially disciplined, you know, they really try their best, but their earnings simply do not allow, right? We are aware of that. So some of the financial lessons, whether it's education, might not be doable to them, but at some point in life, they might have grown, their earnings might have grown, and they can still apply. Okay. Number 2, please know that this is not financial advice. If you would like financial advice, please contact a registered financial advisor with NAMFISA, and at the end of the day, the final financial decision lies with you, not with Woven. Okay, so as our topic suggests, today we're going to look at 4 financial lessons that I wish I learned while I was younger, or when I was younger. Number 1, to learn to live below my means. Eventually I picked this up, but it wasn't clicking from the beginning. So I wish, or I hope, someone younger or whatever age you find yourself, you can take away from my lessons. So learning to live below your means simply means you spend less money than you make each month, right? So learning to live within your financial boundaries is actually quite crucial and very important to your financial wellness journey, because that is literally the only way you can save, the only way you can start investing and eventually building wealth is by living within your means. So try by all means, right, to avoid living a lifestyle that is funded by debt, right? So a lifestyle you can't afford and it's funded by debt. This can be through means of credit cards. It can be through clothing accounts. You guys, the one thing I thank myself for is never ever having opened a clothing account, you know, for Shini, Edgar's, whatever. So if you actually have a clothing account, it means you're living on credit, and that is a sign that you're living above your means. It can also be, you know, getting smart gadgets on credit. That is another way of living below your means, above your means. So try by all means to avoid a lifestyle that is funded by debt. Now, one way I actually managed to live below my means, let me just disclaim, I still have debt, but it's car loan. Credit card, I make sure that it's paid off every month. I don't carry a balance over, right? So how I hold myself accountable to live within my means is, if I go into a shop and there's something that I really, really love, I get really honest with myself and I say, Woven, Ndapewa, can you really afford this thing. And in that moment in time, if I can't afford it, I wait, delayed gratification. Sometimes I save for it and I'm lucky enough to find it in the shop when I go again. And if I don't find it, I find something else. That is how I have learned to live in my financial lane. Yeah, stay in your financial lane. Okay, so number 2 is to track your expenses. Now, if you watch Dave Ramsey, right, I do, he always says that learn to control your money, or the lack of it will control you. And one of the ways in which you can control your finances is by tracking your money, to actually see, where is every dollar that I've received for the month, where is it going to? Now, often it's all well and fine that we have a budget, right? We now have that 50-30-20 rule in place. Guys, I hope we are all budgeting by now. It doesn't matter your income, whether you're earning 2,000, whether you're earning 100,000. I hope we're all budgeting right now. I've spoken about budgeting. I've made a couple of videos on it. Here is a link, or here, just in case someone might have missed it. So you now have a budget in place. That is all well and fine. But are you actually sticking to that budget? You know, are you putting it into application? And sometimes you would have budgeted for ABC, you end up spending on XYZ, right? You budgeted for a certain need, but then you saw a nice dress in Forever New, or nice sneakers in, where do people buy sneakers? Sports Scene, and you end up spending that money somewhere else. Now, when you do that, it's important that you track your expenses, so that at the end of the day you can actually see, oh, this is actually where the money went to, and I can adjust here. You know, you can discipline yourself, you can reprimand yourself. Sometimes I reprimand myself when I make bad financial decisions. So another habit that you can actually get into is this spending on small things. Like the famous one is on the staff canteen, and you're buying breakfast, because especially now that it's winter, young professionals, you know, even families, no one is thinking about knocking off from work and then coming to stand over a stove on a cold winter night to cook. So you then say, staff canteen is there, breakfast is $20, lunch is maybe another 35. But it's important to track, because before you know it, at a staff canteen, you would have spent double the amount you would have actually spent had you just bought groceries and cooked your meals at home. So it's very important to track those things, so that you can see where you might be overspending, and you can just reel yourself back in. So tracking your expenses is very important, to actually see where you might be overspending and where you can cut back, and sort of reel yourself back into line, into the plan, into the budget, you into paper. Lesson number 3, we are going to spend a bit of time on this one, because I particularly love this one. Is it love, or I like to impress upon everybody to apply it if you can. So lesson number 3 is having multiple streams of income. Now, growing up in our house, guys, I have seen my parents do this. I think before I was born, my mom was a principal, and even then, even now, she's still employed, and she still has, you know, multiple streams of income. Even if it's not money that's a lot is subjective, she still has multiple streams of income, either in real estate, either in selling ABCD. But where are the kids coming from? There's so much noise that has never happened. Anyways, it's fine. So those are habits, you know. Even at home, we have a cooker shop. You know, in the village, there is always something happening, and those are habits I picked up from my parents. If someone, you know, for those that know me since I was young, high school, university, I was always doing a little bit of this or that. Shoo, I am so distracted by the noise, but hopefully we can finish this video before the sun sets. Anyways, lesson number 3, and I hope you can hear with the microphone. I hope that happens, or at least it helps. Lesson number 3 is to have multiple streams of income. Now, we're going to spend a bit of time on this one, and I keep telling people in my life, across to say have multiple streams of income. Now, they don't teach this one. They don't teach us at school. You are taught that please matriculate, graduate, and find yourself a well-paying job. The part that they skip and they never tell us is that well-paying job often only comes at a later stage. Unless you're an outlier, you're very lucky, you get in and you're paying well. Often, a lot of us have had to go through an entry level or internship and then eventually build your career to sort of start earning a good income. Good income, again, is subjective. Now, why do I say it's important to have multiple streams of income? I know our parents, right, their job security was just a bit much better. It was just steady. They could go into employment and they knew that I would wake up and chances are I will still be employed. Now, over the years, there's been so much uncertainty with the global pandemic. We are now seeing automation is quite advancing, and we have seen a lot of companies close down. Some just couldn't survive the pandemic. With automation, some positions are becoming redundant. People are being retrenched. Companies are closing. And it's because of that level of uncertainty, especially in our times, that uncertainty that presents itself, that is important for us to have multiple streams of income, so that, and no one is irreplaceable, hey, unless you are Beyonce. No one is irreplaceable. One day, even me, I could wake up and my role has become redundant, or your employer is retrenching simply because they've automated robotics and whatever else. So it's important to have something to fall back on. Now, your multiple streams of income, guys, it doesn't need to be some huge amount, even just the 500 Namibian dollars. And for me, seeing how my parents are business oriented people, I've picked up on those habits and I am forever grateful to them. For example, at some point I used to buy so much garbage, but then one day I snapped out of it and I grew up and I was like, okay, you need to declutter. So I decided, let me go sell my shoes at single quarters. In fact, I advertised on Twitter to say, guys, I'll be selling my shoes at single quarters, please come through, so to just declutter and get yourself a little bit of income. I'm always doing this or that. Right now I'm a content creator. You also know I'm in corporate, YouTube. You earn a bit of money here and there, so that goes a long way. And I want to encourage, especially the young professionals, us that have degrees, we think there are certain things that are beneath us. Now me, when it comes to earning my money, there is nothing beneath me for as long as I am not, please hear me correctly, for as long as I am not stealing and I'm making an honest living. I will sell sweets if I could or if I have to. There's nothing beneath me. So don't be shy of your side hustle or your additional stream of income. Advertise it, put it out there, let people know what you're doing, because then that's the only way, right, to also grow your savings faster, to also accelerate your wealth creation journey, is by having multiple streams of income. But also you have a peace of mind that in the event that one income is not able to sustain me, or it's not performing according to the way I wanted, I have backup, and you sleep better at night, knowing that you are financially secure. Yeah, so speaking to multiple streams of income, right? Even recently, one of the Sunday sermons, our pastor encouraged us to have multiple streams of income, just discouraging being idle. Even the Bible discourages us from being idle. We were put on this earth to work hard. God put Adam and Eve in the Bible to work the earth and to multiply. So working, there's nothing wrong with working hard for your money. You just need to see your priorities must not be misplaced. It's the love of money that is wrong, but there's nothing wrong with working hard to earn your money. In fact, he even made an example of one of the aunties in church and made her stand up. So instead of her just sitting at home, she decided to start selling small things here and there, chips, sweets, and it makes a difference. So if you can do that, even in your workplace, if you're allowed to do that, then please add on an additional income stream. Right now, number 4, we have spoken quite a bit on the multiple streams of income. Hopefully one day I also want to go into a lot of things. Let's do this. I'll do a separate video on some side hustles, if you're a student, if you're employed, that you can have to earn you a little bit more income to add to whatever it is that you're earning. No, I need to give another example. Recently I used InDrive, and the guy that picked me up from home from here was actually a named graduate. He is I remember the word because I'm the one who said, he's not a locksmith, he's an artisan. But because I think he was with one of the mines for attachment, but then one of the mines started retrenching. He then said there was a car at home, and he decided instead of just waiting for a job to come about, he's going to take up the driving service, and he's actually happy. He makes quite an income. I asked, how much do you earn? He said in a day he can make between 500 to 1,000 Namibian dollars. So, find ways, innovative ways on how you can earn an additional source of income. I had to put my hands under the hot water bottle because it's cold, guys. Anyways, so we said lesson number 1. What did we say lesson number 1 was? Number 1 was to learn to live below your means. Lesson number 2 is to track your expenses. Lesson number 3 is to have multiple streams of income. Lesson number 4, start investing early. Guys, I wish someone told me this even when I was maybe 15, so I can, my pocket money that I receive from my parents, when my mother, please forgive me, when you ask your parents time to go buy accounting books, those thick ones, and then you don't go buy the books, you make copies. My mother, please forgive me, was that child. Please don't be this child. If you are watching and you are maybe in varsity, don't do that to your parents. And I see that now that we have people at varsity that we have to take care of. So you scrutinize when they ask, Kucha, I need something. You are like, I was there. So please don't do that. I digress. Lesson number 4 is to start investing early. Now, I'm sure you have heard of the concept passive income. Passive income is basically money that you earn while you are not working. You can be sleeping and you're just earning money. Investing does that for you. Or you've heard of the concept of let your money work for you. So you can be on holiday in the Maldives, or you can be at Afro Nations. Guys, I don't think Afro Nations is my thing. I don't like to stand on my feet and people drop on my feet when I paid. I like chilled events. Again, I digress. But I see people having so much fun and Afro Nation. So it's nice to see young people having a good time. It's probably just not my type of thing. But if it was my type of thing, I would be in Portugal, child. Excuse me, guys. May please reel me back. I digress. Lesson number 4 is then to start investing early. So, yeah, like I said, for your money to work for you, where your money is making money for you, one of the ways that can happen is through investing, either in real estate, either you're investing in stock markets. But it's important to invest early, i.e. in your 20s, because the more time you invest, or the more time you have to invest, the more opportunity and potential you have to make more money. So the earlier you invest, in fact, it even just propels you closer to your financial goals earlier. So they said there's definitely a big difference between someone who starts investing in their 20s and someone who starts investing in their 40s. So as soon as you can, and especially through your multiple income streams, right, that you can have the luxury of investing and saving. I say it's a luxury because some people simply, like I said early on in the video, cannot make ends meet. So those are the 4 lessons, guys. I still struggle here and there. There are times where I'm like, do I really have to invest this additional 500 that I made that is outside of my source of income, or my 8 to 5? Do I really have to invest, or I can just go and splurge? But I've seen the benefits of investing. you know, when you see that interest on your fund statement, to say this is just money that came in without me having to work for it, simply a reward for investing, you then tend to do it more and more often. And the higher your amounts in investment, the better your returns, or the money that you are earning. So did I go deep? Has my voice become Obatha? I think it did. Anyways, those are the 4 financial lessons I wish I learned when I was younger. This point in time, I want to, what is the word? I would like to implore parents to please start teaching these lessons to their children while they're still young. No, in primary school, I saw Nicolette Mashile just came out with a book for young kids. It's called, is it Apple something? You know, financial literacy for your young ones. Try and do those things for the kids while they're young, so that they learn these habits while they're still young. And when they grow old, you know, they are set. They don't have to be going through learning curves and failing and. Of course, life is it's a lesson on its own. Even, you know, there are just certain things that we'll never be prepared enough for and would have to go through life to learn them. But it's just easier when you have someone holding your hand and when your foundation is steady. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please consider subscribing if you enjoy the video, so we can grow the channel to 50,000 subscribers. The next video, I said I would do a video on multiple streams of income, but I want to do a video on how do you know you are actually living above your means. Ne? That is the video I think I want to do next. So I hope you guys enjoy the video. I will see you guys next time.